wanted to share something that came across my plate today that I had no idea about. And evidently, there is a brand new number one app in social media. So you may have heard of Be Real, which has been kind of all the sensation over the last few months, that has been the number one ranked app. Of course, you have apps like TikTok and Instagram and others that have been top apps for a long time. However, there is a new app that has taken the number one spot, and I knew nothing about it until today. And it's super interesting. I always love hearing about what is kind of the next big thing, because there's always, I think, an insight into the sort of psychology of what really is important right now and what are people really gravitating toward that you can learn from. So I'm going to find out if anybody already knows what the app is. So if you know what is the brand new app that has just taken the number one slot as the top social networking app, put it in the comments. I'll be curious to see if anybody guesses it. It's interesting as well because this app was brought about by a guy named Nikita Bear, and he sold a similar app to Facebook several years ago. And as is often the case, unfortunately, when Facebook and other companies buy things that they are worried about competing with them, Facebook immediately proceeded to basically screw it up, and it went away. And so this guy has kind of been on the sidelines for the last couple of years. He's this famous entrepreneur, and this is the app that he has been building kind of quietly in the background for a while now. And he finally brought it out. So if you know what the name of the app is, put it in the chat. Like I said, I did not know anything about this app before today. And it's really cool, actually. It's very interesting that this thing is catching on like wildfire. So if you have your guess, put it in the chat. I'm not seeing anybody who has managed to guess it just yet. So I think you are all as surprised as I am. And so the name of this new app is called Gas, like gasoline. And the premise behind it is that the slang these days is when you're paying somebody a compliment, people will say that you're gassing that person up. That's sort of the slang term behind it. And so the premise of this new app called Gas is essentially that you have a poll, and it's an anonymous poll. So it would be like, who's the person that would be the best DJ? And it will list it'll list 4 names in this poll as the people who might be that best person. And then the peers will vote for it. And whoever wins will get notified. They'll get this thing called a flame that is the notification that they were the winner of this poll that got shared. And so what's cool about this is, number one, that it is all about it's all contained inside of a narrow social network. So it's based on your location. And this app is only for high schoolers, which is why you and I probably have not heard of it yet, is that it's only available for high schoolers right now. But what's cool about this whole thing, hey, Faith, hey, Irene, what's really cool about this, Irene, if you guessed it, I'm super impressed. What's cool about this whole idea is that it's all positivity. So the polls, the prompts that are creating these polls are created by the creators of this app. And so the idea is that there's no negativity in it, because the polls are all things that are positive attributes. So it's like, who would be the best DJ? Who do you wish you could go to prom with? These sort of things, where it's all things that are filling somebody else up. And it is putting people into these polls, and then you find out who it is. And so what's genius about what these guys are doing is that then the way that they make money is that they only tell you, like, a girl in 11th grade or a boy in 9th grade voted you this thing, and then you have to pay them if you want to find out who the person actually is. So that's genius. These guys are going to make a ton of money doing it, I'm sure. But here's the insight that I think is true for all of us, whether you're in high school or whether you're in, an adult, whether you're working in a company, whatever you're doing, is that I think we all want, we all need to be gassed up, right? We all are hungry to feel appreciated, to feel seen, to feel like we're doing a good job, to have somebody that we know that we're having an impact on the people around us. That is a positive thing. And so here's what I want you to think about. You don't need this app to do that. You can be the person that is gassing up the people around you by going out of your way to actually tell that person the impact that they had on you, right? There was somebody that is part of our team that we were in a big team meeting yesterday, and there's somebody who is not typically the person that really speaks up or takes a stand in a big meeting. When we're in a big group setting, they tend to maybe hide a little bit more or to be a little bit more careful about sharing their opinions. And yesterday, this person really took a step up and shared something and was a bit edgy in this conversation. And I made a point to reach out to that person today and to commend them for doing that, because it was really valuable. And I want to see more of that from that person. And it would have been easy to just say, oh, that was cool, and he probably figured out that I appreciated that during the meeting. Well, maybe he didn't, or maybe he did, or whatever. However, to go out of my way to say that to somebody really makes a difference. And so here's what I want to give you as a challenge today. Who are you going to gas up? Who are you right now going to reach out to and encourage and tell them something that they did that you appreciated, that made a positive difference in your life? Or tell them something about that other person that you recognize that is something that is really special, that makes them unique, that had a positive impact on you, whatever it is. I want you to gas somebody up right now. And maybe one of the ways that you could gas somebody up is you could actually call them out and give them a shout out in the comments right here on this video, so they can see what you're talking about and see why it is that you appreciate them. So however you want to do it, my challenge to you is to go gas somebody up right now, to go and give them a compliment that maybe makes their day, maybe makes their whole weekend. Maybe it's something that they had no idea that somebody that somebody appreciated or recognized in them. And you have no idea how big a difference that would make. So go and do that today. Share it in the comments. Maybe you mention them in the comments, or shoot me a message and let me know that you did. I would love to cheer you on, and let's go have a positive impact. Let's gas up the world before this weekend. So thanks so much for watching. Hit that share button if you would, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.